y'all doing? How y'all doing? God bless y'all. God bless y'all. God bless y'all. Man, Trump's speech was off the roof. It was amazing, but there was a whole lot that was going on. Man, it was a beautiful thing to watch, and it was a horrible thing to watch. And if anybody watched that speech and watched what went on yesterday, the day before yesterday, it was just, you know what I mean. Yesterday, anyway, it was a mess. Basically, it was a hot mess from the Democratic side. Unbelievable how they acted, but Trump got up there and he laid out a lot of the accomplishments. He laid out, things that have already been done. He laid out the things that he's working on. He laid out a lot of stuff. And there was some emotional moments. You know what I mean? And I'm probably not going to be too long today, but I had to get on here and just kind of give my thoughts on a lot of stuff that I watched. It was some emotional moments. What's up, Christopher? How you doing? God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Hopefully all is well. It was some extreme emotional moments. And watching Trump, remember the people that went through different things, and watching the Democrats basically not give a darn. What's up, Mike, in the building? How you doing? Yo. God bless you. God bless you. Welcome in. Welcome in. If you're on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it very, very much. Watching the Democrats act the way that they act was just, it was a great speech. It was a great speech. I was just amazed. Like, watching my vote stand up there and talk, and the things that Trump said and the things that he's already accomplished, it was just amazing. And I see the road to greatness. I see America be coming back stronger than ever. I see America be coming back wealthier than ever. And it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a wonderful time. It's going to be an amazing time. But like I said, just going through that speech and watching the details of what he said he already did and the executive orders that he already signed. But the reaction that the Democrats was doing, and I don't want to take away from what Trump said, because I think he did an amazing job talking last night. And so far as the president, I think he's doing an amazing job. But I just can't let go of the fact that how do you not stand for a cancer victim? How do you not? Are you that evil? Your hate for Trump is that much that you could not stand for a cancer victim. You could not stand for all of the people that was negatively affected by this last 4 years. And some. And this is the part about the Democratic Party. I like what they're doing because they keep exposing who they really are. And this is what I'm glad about. I'm glad they keep doing it. And I hope they continue on the path that they are, so people can see for themselves exactly what the Democratic Party has become, and hopefully they vote accordingly to make sure that these people we remove more of these people out of power from what we have already removed out of power, because they can care less about Americans. How in the world do you not want to not tax tips, but y'all keep saying y'all for the middle class? It don't make sense. How you for the middle class and for the everyday citizen, but every time y'all have voted, it's been against the very thing. Yeah, he did. And I like the fact that he put them on blast. Like, he did not just get up there and make a speech. He put them on blast. That was, to me, was one of the most gangster moments I seen with Trump, is that he put them on blast. He called them out. Right to their face, he called them out. Because what they were doing was so negative, was ridiculous. Now, they always trying to say MAGA's the cult, the MAGA cult, but you can't tell me that wasn't a cult that we was watching. These people are evil. If you can't stand for somebody that's a cancer victim, and you can't stand for a family that was murdered and all of this stuff that Trump was talking about, you are evil. Pure, downright, to the bone evil. What's up, Billy? How you doing? God bless you. God bless you. If you're on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it very, very much. These people are pure evil. And then, I've been saying this for a while because these are the things that I've been seeing in the Democratic Party. And they was on full force last night. The way that they was last night was exactly what we've been seeing. And this is why I said I don't want to see none of them ever in power no more. That's why I feel that way. Because you have to be heartless to do what they did last night. And not one of y'all can say, you know what, this ain't right. Even after Trump tried to say to y'all, like, can we come together? And y'all still could not fix yourself to let go of your anger and your hate for Trump. You can't tell me y'all care about this country. There is nothing a Democrat can tell me at this point that says that they care about this country. All they care about is their loyalty to their party. That's where their loyalty is at. It's to their party. And you're right, Chris, for real, they're ignorant. That whole fiasco that they did was ignorant and pure ignorance. People have lost their life. This 95-year-old woman was wanting her son home. They get her son home. Y'all hate for Trump is so bad that y'all could not stand and celebrate this 95-year-old woman getting her son back home. Because, what if she would have passed away and never got to see it? That's how heartless these people are. That's how heartless the Democratic Party has become. They don't care they hate Trump so much that they do not care. They can't even separate themselves from their party and just do right. Say, I don't care if y'all don't stand, I'm going to stand. I don't care if y'all don't like it. At the end of the day, we all Americans, and we got to be here together. And we got to deal with this together. Now, I might not like Trump, but at least I can stand for these people that was injured. I can stand for the people that was murdered. I can stand for this family who lost their daughter and was raped and mutilated and died. No, y'all can't stand for none of that. Y'all just going to stay sitting. Just going to stay sitting. This is how much they hate this country. This is how much the Democratic Party hates this country. I'm not even going to say they hate Trump. Trump is just part of y'all hate for the country. Because these are the very same people that voted against no tax on tips, voted against no men and women's sports. And that's another one. Y'all didn't even stand for when he said he wrote executive orders to keep men out of women's sports, but y'all want to sit there and talk about protecting women, but yet y'all could not stand when he wrote and said about him banning men out of women's sports. Y'all couldn't even stand for that. That's how I know y'all not for women. Y'all all hypocrites. And I love it, the fact, I hope y'all continue on the path that y'all on, Democrats. Just keep doing it. Keep doing what y'all doing so we can keep seeing who y'all are. And I know I know there's going to be a group of people that's going to vote for y'all no matter what, because they were taught and trained how to hate Trump and hate the country. But I can't worry about that. But for the vast majority of people that's really got their mind open and watching what's going on, let the midterms come. We're going to see exactly what's going to happen. Y'all going to lose a whole lot more seats. And that's it's just ridiculous what I'm watching. What I watched was ridiculous. But at the end of the day, Trump did an amazing job in his speech. Trump did an amazing job saying the stuff that he said. So far he has done an amazing job trying to fix this country and get it back on track to where it's supposed to be. And at the end of the day, I'm proud of him being our president. And I will say it to the rooftop. The same way I talk about Jesus Christ to the rooftop. I'm proud to have him as our president because I think at the end of the day, he was God ordained to do the job that he's doing. And Satan was trying to snuff him out. And I don't care how anybody else feel about it. That's what I stand on. Because at the end of the day, you can't get those type of results without God being with you. Real talk. And it's crazy. But the Democrats are going to stay on that. And I hope they stay right there so we can continue. So more and more of their people can see exactly what they are and start abandoning ship even more. Because their approval rating right now is down to the tubes. According to, I think, Fox and a couple of other networks, their approval rating is less than 25% right now. And I'm quite sure it's probably a lot lower than that. Because I know that most Americans, if they see that, even if you don't like Trump, you got to ask yourself, why would I vote for these people and put them in more power when they can't stand for people, when they can't stand for a cancer victim, but yet you see people in there wearing pink. Now, women in there wearing pink, but you can't stand for a cancer victim. Make it make sense. These people are evil, pure evil. A vote for the Democratic Party is like a vote for Satan. You're right, Billy. You better run. A vote for them at this point is like a vote for Satan. I'm sorry. That's what I'm at on it. Because this is the evil that I've been seeing for a while now. And I kept saying, I said, these people work for Satan. Now, you look at what you just saw, and you watch that what went down. And I'm not saying they had to stand for everything. What's up, out the pit? God bless you. God bless you. I'm not saying that they had to stand for every single thing. But if you can't stand for some of the emotional moments, that's not political. That's people who lost their family members. And y'all don't stand for it. That's pure evil. There's no way to explain that. That's pure evil. And if you did not watch that speech, there's a lot of places you can go watch that speech. And you watch it in detail. And I was even hoping through that, some of that, and it was like, man, I wish they just come off of it. And even, just watching it, they couldn't come off of it. They so loyal to the evilness of their party that they could not come off of it. Because they know what they will be met with if the Democratic Party, if one of them started to step out of line, just like Mayor Eric Adams in New York, as soon as he stepped out of line or tried to separate himself from that party, they started indicting him. You got to understand about these people. They're evil and they're corrupt. And anybody that goes against them, they come after you. This is the reason why, and I'm saying this like this. This is the reason why the Democratic Party wants to disarm America from their guns. You don't hear Republicans talking that way. You hear the Democrats talking that way. The reason why they do stuff like this, and the reason why they want to get rid of your right to keep and bear arms so that they have the ability to really control who you are and what you're able to do and control your movement in this country. This is why they're doing it. This is what y'all dealing with. And we keep voting for these type of people, we're going to have a bigger problem down the road. This is the reason why the Founding Fathers wrote that Second Amendment. This is why they put it there, to protect us. So you have the right to protect yourself from people like that because they're evil. And I'm dead serious on that one. They will do anything and everything to try to, because once they disarm you, once you don't have your right to keep and bear arms, at that point, the government, they can get the government, weaponize the government against its very own citizens, and the citizens of America will have no way of fighting back for their very freedom. Even though you elected these people to do a job, and now they're weaponizing the system against you. This is the reason why I voted for Trump. This is the reason why I'm not voting for Democrats. And this is the reason why I tell people, if you are in America and you hear any politician start talking about banning guns, gun control, or anything related to that, anti-gun, don't vote for them because they're tyrannical. And I will sit down and I will have that debate with anybody. That's tyrannical. Because at the end of the day, I ain't using mine to hurt nobody and do nothing to nobody. Why are you bothering with it? And these very same people got firearms and guns, security and everything around them. What they're saying to you is their life matters more than your life. Their life has more value than your life. That's why I tell people, keep it bear arms, make sure you got, and make sure you're good. It has nothing to do with hunting and all that other stuff. That's just a byproduct of it. The reason why we're having is to protect ourselves from a tyrannical government. And clearly you see what type of people these are. If they will go after a former president, who the heck say they won't come after you? If they will weaponize the justice system against a former president, where they would cut down and they even shut him down off of social media. If they would do all of that against a former president, what's to say they won't come after you? And if you don't have a right to keep and bear arm, to firearm, to defend yourself, what's going to stop them from that? And me being African American is more reason that I'm going to do it. See, my thing is this: I'm not looking at it from a black and white perspective. I'm looking at it from a power perspective. Because at the end of the day, if you telling me, oh, we want you to give away, turn in your guns, give up your guns, you got to be out of your mind. Now, I'm not Black Rock, but I don't know if they bought it. I don't know about all of that. I had to look into that. But my thing is this: to keep and bear arms. That's what it's for. It's to keep government. That way, government politicians, who you voted for anyway, should be under the same type of threat. The same type of threat. My thing is this: is that I voted you in office, and now you want to take away my power, the power of me keeping you in line. I'm supposed to trust that. And so that's my point. These government officials, when they start talking that way, and I don't care if they're Democrat, I don't care if they're Republican. That's not even what this is about. But when I look at the Democratic Party as a whole right now, and you see where they are, they so loyal and they so committed to their party that they could not get up and celebrate wins for America. There's a lot of stuff that Trump was saying was wins for America, but they couldn't stand up and celebrate that. They couldn't even stand up and celebrate anything that Trump said. They hate for this country is better than them so bad. So why in the world would you let this type of people tell you shouldn't have a firearm? On what type of firearm you should and should not have? That's the reason why I hold tight to that belief. Because if you lose this one, you're going to lose all the other rights. And if they, like I said, if they will go after a former president, what's to say they won't come after you? Yes, right. There's no way to defend themselves. Right. And that's what happens. It never stops, JP Bad. It never stops at, sensible, or we just want to have sensible gun laws, reasonable gun laws. No. You give them an inch, they're going to take a mile. That's what's going to happen. That's why you don't bend. The Constitution is clear. This right shall not be infringed. Meaning that there is every law that is ever written about your restrictive gun laws or anything of that right, anything across the board, all of it is unconstitutional. Gun-free zones. That's hilarious. I laugh at gun-free zones. Gun-free zones only stop honest, everyday people from carrying a gun in that area. Criminals don't care about gun-free zones. As a matter of fact, that's actually a sign for criminals to take advantage of. Because they know if I'm a criminal and I look at a gun-free zone and say, okay, the honest everyday citizen, they're going to follow that rule. So if I go into a gun-free zone with a gun, because I got bad intentions, more than likely I'm not going to be met with somebody else with a gun because they're going to follow the rules that I'm not going to follow. This is how idiotic that is. So when you tell honest everyday people not to keep their firearm, all you're doing really is opening up them to every criminal out there in the world. You giving them an open season because criminals do not care about gun laws. They know how to get firearms. They know how to make firearms. They know how to do all types of crazy stuff. They don't care about your gun laws. They really don't. They care less about your gun laws. Because if they cared about gun laws, we wouldn't call them criminals. No, when we have places where they can go, where we lock them up to keep them away from supposedly good people. No, but they're going to do it. So if you have a government that say, okay, we need you to put that, no. That's why I encourage my people, get you a firearm, get you 2, get you 3, get you plenty of ammunition, get everything. because you never know. And back to my point, where as it relates to black people, what if the United States decide they want to introduce slavery, reintroduce slavery? How you going to defend yourself? For all those people that be talking like, oh, this is a racist country. That's why I say most of them are full of crap. But this United States is racist. It's racist, racist. But these are the very same people who will listen to these politicians tell you you don't need a firearm. My thing is this. You need to have one. Just in case. Because if they decide to reintroduce, if somebody tried to get crazy and tyrannical and try to reintroduce slavery, how you going to defend yourself against that if you don't have the best weapons possible? So you going to fight them with what? Pots and pans? You get what I'm saying? You can't trust it. You cannot trust this government. And that's real talk. But that's my whole point when I watched what I seen last night. When you listen, if you pay attention to the details of what Trump was talking about, he is basically giving freedom to the everyday citizen. He's trying to give the power back to everyday citizens. But people are not paying attention to what he's saying. The power of our Constitution is written is the people supposed to rule. So he's trying to give the power back to the people. And he's just so that all he is a president who represents the people. He's doing what the people voted for. That's my whole point. So when he ran as a campaign and he made proposals as his campaign, he's actually doing what he campaigned on. That's what the people voted for. He's representing the people. So if the decisions that he's making is not his decision, it might be his idea, but the people said, we're voting for you because we're in line with that. We okay with that. That's what we want too. That's why they voted for that. So that's why he's doing what the people ask. Rarely do you get a president doing that. The minute they get in office, they start going rogue and doing what they want to do. Because I guarantee you not one person voted for Joe Biden to run up inflation. Not one person voted for Joe Biden to send all this money to Ukraine. Not one person voted for Joe Biden to fund all these things in all these other countries, but not do right by America. No, not one person voted for Joe Biden to open up that border and just let everybody flood in. Nobody voted for Joe Biden to do that stupid removal from Afghanistan like he did. Nobody saw all this stuff. The people that voted, I didn't vote for him, but the people that voted for him, they didn't see what he was doing. They didn't vote for that. I guarantee you the vast majority of people that voted for Joe Biden, the reason why they voted for Joe Biden was real simple. It was only one reason why. He wasn't Trump. That's the only reason why they voted for him. Because he wasn't Trump. And they believed what the media was saying. That's why they voted for him. But they never once, if you listen to anything Joe Biden was saying, they really didn't pay attention to what he was saying. He campaigned on building back better. That was his campaign, build back better. What no one paid attention to is, in order to build something back better, you must first destroy what's already there. So that was his intention all along, was to destroy what was already there. So he destroyed America. But he had no plan on how to put it back together. Because they empty upstairs. So you say you want to build something back better, but you had no real plan to build it back better. The only plan you had was how to destroy it. It's easy to destroy something. You ever seen somebody do some work? Oh, we gotta tear the room down. Next thing you know, it's going quick. And then now it's time to put it back together. But if you don't have a real plan on how to put it back together, it just takes forever and nothing ever gets done because you don't know what you're doing. And that's exactly what happened with this country. He ran on Build Back Better. That means he had intentions of destroying it. But he had no real plan on how to put it back together because all of them are stupid. And that's why we ended up with what we ended up with. And they just kept gaslighting everybody. And the Democrat Party kept lying to everybody. Why? Because all they care about is enriching themselves with wealth. They keep talking about Trump having all these billionaires around, but they never talk about all the billionaires that are around Democrats. It is by far more Democrats around billionaires than the Republicans. But they don't talk about that. All that money around them. If you just look at Kamala Harris's campaign, even though they paid the people that got all this money to support her campaign, but they still was millionaires and billionaires. Beyonce got plenty of money. All these people these artists and stuff had all this money, and Hollywood people got all this money. But y'all keep talking about who was supporting Trump campaign, but you never talked about all this money people got all this money. Well, they wasn't really supporting it because y'all paid them to do what they was doing. So it doesn't make sense. I never in the history I've ever seen somebody running a campaign and the campaign pay you to support them. That's weird. That's real weird. Oh, I want you to support my campaign, but I'm going to pay you millions of dollars to do it. I want you to make a speech, but I'm going to pay. That's weird. And I'm not saying it never happened, but that's just weird. It was just on a scale I've never seen. You spent over $1 billion trying to buy people in your support and still lose. But, it is what it is. But that's my point. I think Trump did an amazing job in his speech. And I think that it was, for the most part, 99% accurate. I can't find anything that he was exaggerating or lying about or stuff like that. And I think this country is on its way to greatness. I can see it. I can see that the American is on its way to greatness. And if somebody not like it, somebody has something against it, say, no, we're not doing that, whatever. But I'm telling you, United States of America is on its way to greatness. And I keep encouraging people, like, if there was ever time to go do whatever it is you had planned, business-wise, ideas, whatever, this is the time to do it. Because they're scaling back all of these regulations, which makes it easier to go into business. They're giving all these incentives for people to do stuff right here in America. This best place to go in business. My thing is this: if you're going to do something, you got some idea, concept, or belief, or something you want to do, this is the time to do it. While we got the administration here, and probably going to have J.D. Vance or somebody on there, but we're going to be Republican for a little while right now. And Trump is laying the groundwork for the way the country should be ran. And if it was any time to go into business, this is the time to do it. That's real talk. Real talk. And I'm dead serious on that one. And I hope I'm dead serious on that. Regardless of anything else, if there was a time to do it, this is the time to do it. Because he's trying to make it a lot easier to run your business right here in America. For your business to be profitable right here in America. And if you're not paying attention, my thing is this: even if you're a person that do not like Trump, listen to what I'm trying to say. Even if you just say, you know what, I can't deal with it, I can't get down with it. Get that out of your head. Set that part aside and pay attention to what Trump is saying and what he's doing. Get your mind out of the hate and pay attention to what he's doing. And listen to what he's doing and listen to his speeches and what they talk about and what his policies are and what he's doing. And I guarantee you'll figure out a way to move in that where you can benefit right here in America. Because you wouldn't have been able to do that with the last 4 years of these other ones, because all they was concerned about is everybody else but America. But right now you got a president that's trying to build and do everything right here in America. So if there was a time to do it, the time is right now. Whatever that was you had and plan on doing, I'm telling you, this is the time to do it. Pray about it. Seek God about it. Ask God to open up the doors and show you, and do it now. Because this is the best time to do it. Yes. Yes, I agree. CM, God bless you. Thank you for coming in. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it very, very much. And I'm going to be honest with you. That is spot on, CM. We really need to pray for the Democratic Party. We do. Because they are pure evil. They need to be delivered. They need to be set free from whatever spiritual demon that's holding them. Because what I watched last night was like, you can't even... that demonic spirit has such a hold on them that they could not pull themselves out of it in the moment. And that's why I have to agree with them. I have to agree with CM. They could not pull themselves out of the hold that Satan have on them in that moment. When you talk about somebody that suffered and survived all of that cancer stuff and all those surgeries and all that other stuff, and you can't stand for that, I don't care how much I hate somebody. even though I don't wear hate. But if I hated somebody that much and I'm looking at this situation, I'm like, it ain't even about him at that point. I have to stand in support of this person. It's not even about my feelings for that person. It's about the right thing by this person. That was an emotional moment. And I'm not just talking about that one. I'm talking about all of the situation what Trump was talking about. You are so demonically possessed that you could not even force yourself to stand for that. That tells me that y'all are pure evil. And this is the reason why when people say, man, you come at the Democratic Party hard, that's why I do it. Because I don't like Satan. I love God and I don't like Satan. And when I see Satan having a stronghold on somebody and like see him, I want to pray for them. I want to do this, but I'm also going to speak on it. Because right now they work, and everything in me says they work for Satan. And hey, show me something different. They have no love in them. That was pure evil right there. That was pure evil. And we need to pray for them. We need to. Because I didn't like what I saw. And God bless you, CM. Real. God bless you. Because you hit the point. You were right on point with that one. That's dead serious. And I honestly, I have to check myself. When you put that in the comment, I actually had to check myself like, bro, you need to pray for them too. Because I wasn't even thinking about it at that moment. Don't get me wrong, I do pray for a lot of our leaders and stuff, but I'm not thinking about it in the moment. But you're absolutely, positively, 100% correct. We had to pray for these people. Because whether we like it or not, they're still in charge of something. Real talk. And it's crazy to watch. It boggles my mind to watch what I'm seeing, what I saw. And I watched the whole speech all the way through. There was something I was looking for. I didn't get what I was looking for, but I got a lot of other stuff that I did not know. A lot I knew, some things I did not know. There was something I was looking for, but I did not get what I was looking for. But it's okay. It wasn't that serious. It wasn't that serious, but God bless our president. God bless all of our leaders. We really do need to pray for them. Even if we have some feelings toward them certain type of way, ask God to deliver us and help us to still display love and compassion, even though we don't like what we see. Because I really don't like what I see. I don't. But I know at the end of the day, I still have to pray for them, even though I know they're evil. Because at the end of the day, God is for souls. And that's, and that's how we have to see it. But at the end of, it boggles my mind that somebody could be that evil, though. I mean, y'all, if you haven't watched it, you really should watch the whole thing. Yes, in Jesus' name, you're right. You're absolutely correct. And it hurt my heart to see that they didn't even try. It hurt my heart. And to be honest with you, I think it hurt Trump's heart. And I think there was a few other ones in there that felt some like, man, like, do we really have to go? Is it really that serious? Y'all really hate me that much that y'all can't stand for somebody like this? And we need to pray for them. You're right. In Jesus' name. And we need to make sure we stay in prayer. We need to keep praying for all of our leaders. Yeah, you're right. And I believe that we should hold them accountable. Yeah, we definitely got to pray to hold them accountable. Well, I mean, what he talked about positive, the fact that that border is shut down, that's a positive one for me. I mean, I could go on and on. The fact that we're drilling for that oil like we should be doing, he opened up the pipeline and started to go after that oil and that natural gas and all that stuff. That's positive for America. The fact that he wrote executive order to keep men out of women's sports, that's positive for America. I mean, I could go on. There was a lot of stuff that he said in there that was positive. The fact that he made him an honorary police officer, that was positive. The fact that he wrote laws, I mean, made, rules for them to not do what they, to keep men out of the women's sports and stuff like that. There's a whole lot of list of stuff. I can't remember all off the top of my head, but there's a whole lot. Stock market is down. Prices down. What do you mean the stock market is down? Stock market is always down. Stock market was down. Yeah, I know the stock market was down because I invest in the stock market. And I know exactly why it went down. And before the market closed out, it actually started rising up. So what's your point? I know it went down. I took advantage of it going down too. I started buying stock. When it went down, I said, oh, this is my moment. These are the moments I look for. So I started investing more money. See, I'm confident about what my president is doing, so I'm not afraid of that. I just keep investing. And I answered your question. I mean, there's a whole lot of stuff. You can't, if you watch that, my thing is this, you have to go watch that whole speech from front to back to say that. If you watch that speech, you wouldn't even ask that question. So either you ignore what he was saying, or you didn't care what he was saying, or you just never watched it at all. And as it relates to other countries, he said, you put tariffs on us, we going to match the same tariffs. Yeah, it was a whole lot of positive stuff there. That was my whole point. Like, and my thing is this. You're right, CM, the transparency, Doge. Not only did he say Doge, he started running down the list of money that they were saving through Doge. Now, the last time I looked at the Doge clock, we was over 150 billion in savings. Now, I haven't looked today, but I look at it at least every other day. I go look at the Doge clock and see how much money they saving. How is cutting all the programs going to help me? Well, here's why how it's going to help me, Wesley. In order for him to give us no tax on tips, in order for us to do no tax on overtime and no tax on Social Security, you got to first find wasteful spending. So if he goes in and he keeps finding all this wasteful spending, he can responsibly lower taxes like they're trying to do and not hurt government in the process of the things that government should be funding. And so the first thing you got to do is get rid of wasteful spending. Seeing where all the corruption at, wasteful spending, and all that other stuff. That's not hurting me. That's saving the taxpayers' money, unless you don't pay taxes. What's up, RJ, dog? How you doing? What's up, RJ? How you doing? God bless you. How is that hurting me? Everybody gonna feel that pinch in the beginning. That's helping me. I'm patient. I like that part. See, it's not hurting me because I see where it's going. See, that don't hurt when I know it. When I see the light at the end of the tunnel, I'm excited. That don't hurt. I'm excited. I love it. I'm excited about it. I invest all the time. So me knowing the market and knowing what things is, this is like, oh, okay, it's game on. I see where it's going. And that's why I've been buying up and buying up and buying up. And even though I don't have no whole lot of money, with a little bit of money I work with, I buy what I can. Why hurt Canada and invest in Russia? Let me explain something to you, right? And everybody has their opinion about this. But this is my opinion about it. Is this. See, you having the people in America sometimes, the ones in America don't pay attention to stuff. Trump does not want war. So if I can do business with Russia and I can do business with Canada and I can do business with all these countries and not keep going to war and killing people senselessly, that's the best move. Now, do you know what the $5 million gold card is for? That's for somebody to come over here, a pathway to citizenship over here, somebody that's worth coming over here to help make America the greatest country, to encourage them to come here and do that and do business. And give them a pathway to citizenship, and guess where that $5 million go? Right into the United States deficit. So what's wrong with that? And the more they bring down the deficit, the more tax relief we can get. So you're not making sense. Every move that Trump is making right now is in the best interest of the United States citizens. So that's why I don't understand when they listen to these people talk this stuff. How can you not see this? If you're a United States citizen, first of all, here's the thing: Canada been taking advantage of America for a long time. We put out more than we get back. When at what point do we put a stop to it? I don't care if listen, why can't we be cool with China? Why can't we be cool with Russia? Why can't we be cool with Canada? And why can't we be cool with Ukraine? And if everybody's making money, what's wrong with that? I don't understand that. Why is it everybody think we're supposed to be at war with everybody? That's what I like about Trump. He don't want to go to war. He say, look, I don't want to use guns and knives. I want to use tariffs. That's it. If he wants to use that approach, then I'm all for it. I don't want to see people dying senselessly, because the people that want war are never the ones that's actually fighting it. The ones that always want war is not the ones staring down the barrel of a gun. But they want to encourage they want to start all this stuff, but they never want to be the ones in actual war. So my thing is this: if he can use tariffs to keep us out of wars, and the only war we have is a financial one, I'm good with that. But that's my point. My point was I'm not getting emotional. What I'm trying to tell you is, why wouldn't you want that? What's wrong with Ukraine and everybody else doing great? That's my whole point. Let's say in my family, if everybody in my family, if I don't want to be the only one in my family doing great. Even if I got members that I might not care for, I want to see everybody doing great. That way we can all enjoy it. That's my whole point. Just because you're from another country, I don't have a problem with that. I hope they do great too. That is my point. But why is it that we feel like someone else has to die for that? And that is my point. Is that this is what Trump is trying to do, and I don't understand why people are so blind from that. That's my point, is you got to look at it as a whole. That's why I don't really look out. Everybody's like, oh, I don't care about, even if I hated Trump, I'm looking at what he's doing. I'm like, that's in the best interest of the country. And you're right, CM, it is a business. No, listen, I appreciate you being on my side, but this is not about size or not size. I know that whatever Trump is, I don't have to listen to Trump saying I know by his policies that is best for the country. So my question to you, Wesley, is this: if they actually get through no tax on tip, no tax on Social Security, and no tax on overtime, who does that benefit? Who does that benefit? Because it ain't going to benefit politicians. It's not even going to benefit Trump. That is the only thing: no tax on overtime, no tax on tips, and no tax on Social Security benefit is everyday American. Well, he already got it in the bill. That's my whole point. It ain't passed yet. It already passed the House. It hasn't actually passed the Senate yet, but they still drawing up the rest of the bill. But it ain't like he just said it and then ignored it. He's actually doing it. He's trying to get it passed. So how is that right there will be hurting America? The average person at work, listen, here's my point to that is this. If the average person that works, a lot of people want to buy a home right now. They can't even afford it. They priced out of the game. The average person wants to buy a home right now, right? So on the Democratic side, they want to tax you, right? And then put you through all this process and say, oh, we're going to give you some money to help you buy a house. But that's only for first-time home buyers, right? And then they're going to turn around and run all these regulations for you to get this house. So that $25,000 is going to go to everybody else, but it won't even go to your house. Now, if Trump turns around and say, you know what, we're not going to tax your overtime. All right, for the average person that wants to buy a house, all they got, and their job offers them overtime, they can work that overtime and stack their bread up faster and do the job themselves. They don't need, excuse me, they don't need government help. That's my point. If you let people keep their own money, and if they're responsible, they can do what they want to do with their money. It shouldn't have never been this way. That's my whole point. We should not be paying taxes the way we're paying them. I don't care if it was like that for 50 years. We should not be paying taxes the way we're paying them. But what happened was government kept getting fat. They kept getting more fat and more fat. So guess what? They're trying to run all of this stuff up, and they're making us pay for it through taxes. And not just the taxes that are coming out of you, there's hidden taxes and other stuff too. Regulations are like hidden taxes too. So they're doing all of this little stuff to drain your pockets. That's why the cost of living right now is so high. And then they taking your money and doing stuff that you didn't ask for. Because I know none of us are asked to do some study in Africa, spend millions of dollars to do study in Africa. The weird stuff that they do, I don't even like to mention it because it's just weird. For all of these studies that Doge was finding, and all of these places that the money was going, why in the world will we be okay with that? That's your tax dollars going to stuff that's not even necessary. It's not supposed to be that way. So when you hear Trump talk about making America great again, he's talking about a time where Americans didn't pay taxes. The government was funded by everything else but citizens' taxes. By far. And we're not supposed to trust government. I still don't trust government. I just know that what I'm seeing in policies and I see what moves that he's making is best for the citizens. But you got to understand something. Trump is not a career politician. That's the part everybody seems to be missing. He's not a career politician. He didn't run through the political rank up until president. He just ran for president. He was a businessman the vast majority of his life. And most of the people that have been around Trump, that his up close and personal, he have helped them in massive ways. So my thing is this, if you really want to know a man's character, go look outside at it. Look at his history. That's it. He wasn't a politician like the rest of them. Joe Biden was a politician for 40 plus years, almost 50 years. And this is the problem that we have with politicians. They've been there so long, they think they're entitled to this stuff. That's why the Democratic Party right now is butthurt because Doge is finding all his way for spending. This is why. This is why the Democrat Party is so butthurt, because they feel as though they're entitled to your tax dollars and they should have the right to do with your tax dollars what they want to do with it. And that's why Trump is doing the stuff that he's doing, because he's trying to minimize government. Government was never supposed to be this big. It was never supposed to be this big. And that's why he's doing what he's doing, to cut it down to a minimum. And that the people have their money back so the people can decide what they want to do with their money. I don't want my money going to Ukraine. I'm sorry, I don't. I understand we might have to pay some type of taxes, but I watch what this government do with the money, and I'm 100% not okay with it. That's the reason why I voted for Trump. Because I wanted somebody in office that said they was going to cut wasteful spending, cut this, cut that. That's where I like it. I want my money back in my pocket. Because if I seen the government doing the right thing, it'd be a different story. But when I read where this money is going, I'm not okay with that. I don't want to pay taxes to none of that. If I want my money to get wasted, let me waste the money, not y'all. Take my money and go spend it in Ukraine and all this stupid stuff y'all doing with it. I can do that myself. Let me waste my own money. And I guarantee you that there's a lot of Americans that feel the same way. God bless you. God bless you. You're in the military. God bless you and your family. Thank y'all for y'all services. Thank you very, very much. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I don't want to pay taxes for stupid stuff. Now, I don't have a problem with paying taxes for the right stuff, but I have a problem with paying taxes for the wrong stuff. And none of us should. And listen, I don't put my trust in government, but at the end of the day, we still live in a government, an elected society. Like, all right, a lot of these bullcrap programs I'm on, I'm going to tell you what I'm good at. Social Security, I'm good with. I'm good with paying taxes into Social Security. That's number one. Like, the reason why is because I'm not old, but my parents, like my dad and my mom, well, my dad passed away, but my mom, people that are elderly, that are above the age of 62 or whatever retirement age, the people that are younger, that money that we pay in tax security is to keep that money, that pot funded for those people that are retired. I'm okay with that. I'm 100% okay with that. I want that fund to be there for them so they can, because at some point I'm going to get there and some other people are going to get there. No, he didn't. I know you don't know that, but he didn't. They ain't touch nothing in Medicare or Medicaid, but they did cut out that money that was going. Nah, Medicaid and Medicare are going to be, and based on what they're doing, it's going to be fine because we're going to be good. We're going to be good. Now, 140 years old. And see, this is the stuff that I'm talking about. Like, I don't know. You got to be careful because I don't know if they're actually paying this money out. Now, this is where people got to get a little bit confusing. No, what I'm saying is when you hear Trump talk about these aides and people possibly getting paid for that, I don't know for sure if they're getting paid for that, but I just know it should not even be there. I'm saying Social Security, and as like when they take taxes out of my pocket for Social Security, I'm 100% for that. I'm okay with that because I want to make sure that there's money there for the people that are older than me who work and put their time in and should be able to retire, and they should not have to worry about it, and their money should be there, and it should be there, and they should be good until they leave this world. And then for the rest of the people that comes along, that money should be there because the younger generation should be funding it for the older generation to live off of it until we get to the point where they're dead and gone, and then it's our turn to live off of it, and then the next generation, and it's supposed to be a cycle that way. That's the way I see it. But when you got people in politics and government start taking the money and doing what they want to do with it, that's a problem. That's where I have a problem with it. There's some things I think necessary for government, like to maintain our infrastructure, for some things that we might actually need. Some things that we might actually need I'm okay with paying taxes to fund the military to make sure that we have the best equipment. We have the best military, strong military, that type of stuff. There is things in government that I'm okay with, but I'm not okay with the government keep taking care of all these countries. I got a problem with that. That's the part that I have a problem with. I have a problem with these. When you start talking $200, $300 billion for a country, and protect their borders and protect their country. But yet, you open our border up, that's where I got a problem with. I have a problem when you take my tax dollars and you give it to illegal immigrants who break the law to come here. That's the stuff I got a problem with. I don't want to pay taxes to that because I know it's a money scam too. Because the people that they bringing them over here and the hotels that they're putting them in, these politicians' buddies own these hotels and they're inflating these hotel prices and they're getting money off of it. And that's real talk. And that's real talk. Well, you know what? Again, we got to pray for our country. We got to pray for our leadership. All of them. And we got to pray that this stuff, I really pray, and I mean, I don't have to actually pray, but I am going to still pray. But I'm going to, because I already see the outcome of this. Now, yes, there's going to be people going to try to block a lot of stuff. The politicians are going to try to do what they can do. But I see the outcome of what Trump is trying to do. And I think that by far, it's going to be beneficial to the vast majority of America. And we're going to have a good time. No, Wes, I understand that. I'm not coming at, I don't want you to think I'm coming at you now. I was just trying to express my points too. I know we with each other. And at the end of the day, if you're American, I'm American, and we in this country and we're humans, we got to be for each other. Even if we disagree, it's cool. We're supposed to be able to disagree or learn from each other. What's up, 47? How you doing, brother? God bless you. God bless you. How's everything going? Hopefully all is well out there. Yes. And change is coming. Change is coming. Listen, change is coming. It's all good, Wes. We family, man. It's all good. Much love. That's what I love it when we had disagreement. I mean, and I'm not saying we really disagree on a lot of, because we really wasn't disagreeing on a lot of stuff. You was asking questions and I was just giving you my perspective. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if you look at my page, it says what? Ron's opinion don't matter. So if it's just a metaphor to say, you know what, it's my opinion. And hopefully I'm giving you something that help. Hopefully y'all, but sometimes when people put stuff in the comments and I read it, they actually help me too. Yeah, and we gotta have this conversation, because if we don't have this conversation, how we gonna learn from each other? We not. And that's real talk. But God bless everybody on this live. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it very, 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 very much. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to get up out of here off this live because I got a lot of things I got to do. And but at the end of the day, please, please, please make Jesus Christ your Lord and Savior. Because anything that we talk about, it means nothing without Christ. Because at the end of the day, he makes the real difference. And that's real talk. And that's real talk. God loves you. And he loves you with everything. And he surrendered everything for us. And with that said, I'm going to have to get out of here. But please, I'll be back sometime Friday, what I always call Freestyle Friday, because we really never know what we're going to talk about. If y'all got time, please check in on a brother. Come in there, holler at us. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about it. We need to heal. This country, there's a lot of people in this country also need to heal. For real. We went, a lot of people, there's a whole lot of divisive and division. We need to heal as a country. And that's why I was kind of glad Trump did kind of emphasize that a little bit, because he's trying to get a little bit for us to try to work together. But as a country, before I get off here, please, let's pray for each other. Let's pray for our country. Let's pray for change, the right type of change. Let's pray that we have real solid leadership, and we pray that evil spirit get out of Washington and get out of these politicians, and they fall back from that evil spirit and get delivered from that evil spirit and start working together so that we can have a better country. And that's how I feel about it. Please, y'all watch out. Be safe out there. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful, blessed day. and I'm out of here. Peace.